Hello, my name's Julian Smith, Principal Surveyor at Hamble Marine Surveys. This is the first of, I hope, several videos that I'm going to be putting together that will illustrate key items I've discovered during surveys, which I hope will be useful. This particular rudder that we're looking at here is on a 25-year-old boat. I don't know whether you can see, there is evidence clearly of blisters. These blisters are almost certainly the result of osmosis. When we're looking at a rudder such as this, especially if we find blisters, one of the key things we start with is by tap testing the surface. And you can hear the soft or void that's appeared there as a result of the blister. What we can do, which is interesting, is we can actually, using a suitable tool, we can actually burst a blister. So let's find a blister. Here's one there, and can you see this liquid is coming out of it? This particular blister, you'll see, is approximately, let me just show you here, there we go, it's just approximately 10 to 15 mil in diameter. So what we can do is we can take litmus paper, and I've got some here, and we can put the litmus paper on the fluid that's coming out. And if you look, the colour of that litmus paper has gone a red colour. And when it's compared to a chart, that will appear for a pH of around about 3 to 4, indicating that the liquid contained within this blister is acidic. And that's one of the key items we're looking for to identify a blister. If it is a current blister and it is filled with fluid, then that's almost certainly the result of osmosis. The other thing, of course, we can do is we can use moisture readers, moisture measurements. And I've got here obviously a moisture meter, which when I'm applied onto the surface, and I'll try and illustrate this. So this particular moisture meter, I'm going to apply it to the surface in an area where I've removed the anti-fouling. And when placed on there, if you look at I've got a readings of around about the high 50s, nearly 60s, which on a boat, a normal boat with normal levels, I would expect around about 15 to 20. So you can see that the whole laminate is damp, and we have blisters with an acidic solution or fluid contained within them. Clearly you can see that these blisters are the result of osmosis, and on this particular rudder there are quite a few blisters over its surface. On this side, interestingly, I have scraped back the anti-fouling and burst a blister, but you can see in this particular case the blister has gone actually really deep into the laminate itself. You can see in this case this particular rudder will need to be removed, the gel coat and anti-fouling peeled, and then the surface filled with an epoxy filler post cleaning and post drying, and then finally re-anti-fouled. I'll talk more about osmosis in future videos, but I thought this would just be useful to illustrate the blisters that I found on this particular boat.